Here's a walkthrough of my trades today, Monday, December 2nd, 2024, and I'm here on the 15-second chart of the E-mini S&P futures, and we're going to stay here, and I'm going to show you the trades that I did and some of the insights as to why, so you can glean lessons and look to incorporate this in your trading. So if you're new here, I'm Hema Reddy, and I use price action in the form of candlesticks, especially with my what I call nano twists in my Gann candlestick techniques, momentum, my favorite indicator down below being the RSI power zones, and forecasting. So here I'm going to just unravel the chart as if we're starting ahead of the market open, or my first trade, I should say, and go from there. So what you see here, this uptrend that was in motion, that was also on the higher time frame 3-minute chart and the 60-minute chart. And I do analysis all the way from a weekly to a daily chart before I come down to the 15-second chart. So you can see here that I went long at this blue circle with the white arrow in it. And this was predominantly based on being a brief retracement of the recent move. Now, this may be a little bold for some of you out there who want to buy in a deeper pullback. However, this trend was so strong that I felt comfortable with that. I got out of the first contract, so I had 2 on at 2 points, then I raised my stop. This is a technique I use so that I can get to a neutral position quickly, meaning, won't make much, won't lose much, just sort of worst case, I would end up break even. Because the reason we feel emotions in trading is because of the risk of loss and the fear of being wrong and the fear of missing out and all of those things. So I solve this by trading 2 contracts instead of 1 so that I can have some protection on and still ride the trend. And by having this technique of exiting the first contract with a small win, then raising the stop from there. So this continued on, and the market pushed a little bit lower, but then quickly turned back, and you can see I had moved my stop to about break even, okay? So from there, what unfolded? Well, it started to retrace further. So then I decided to buy in a pullback to a key level. Now, this key level, 50% retracement, it doesn't just apply to broad price moves. It also applies to individual candlesticks, and I teach this in my Gann candlesticks trading system. I'm really focusing in on price action here in December 2024, the most basic atomic element. I'm even doing some bonus sessions for those of you who are Gann candlesticks members, so keep an eye out for those. So here we have it. Got long on that 50% retracement, and then here is where my experience kicked in to help me manage the trade. So first it went sideways for a bit. Then it started to go against me, but I accepted the risk of the trade. It didn't just jump out because it was starting to flash red. I allowed the market to come back up a little bit higher, and then I could start to see, I don't think we're done going down for a couple different reasons, and so I got out at about neutral right here. This was me just closing the trade. Not a trailing stop, not a fixed exit, just exiting the trade. All right, so let's pick up pace from there, and you can see the other trades I did that all yielded a little over $700 profit for the day. Once I saw that this sort of downtrend was in place, I was watching for low risk opportunities to re-enter. These vertical blue lines, they are marking data, economic data release times, so that way I'm aware that it's coming. And you can see there was a return back to some recent resistance, and so I sold on the return to that resistance, okay? So this pink arrow or pink circle with the arrow here is me going short now. It started to go against me. This is when folks might freak out, but I knew that, well, maybe I just got an entry that wasn't the safest. If I had sold at a slightly less aggressive entry, I'd be fine. So I stayed put, and I was able to get out on my first 2 points. So this shows you the importance of being able to accept the risk of the trade, even when it doesn't go in your direction right away, and B, also being aware of what are more opportune times to act. And check this out. If you use my RSI power zone techniques, you can see here it was a beautiful, beautiful turn lower in the bear resistance power zone right here, okay? All right, so from here, this is where something cool happened, and my Gann candlesticks helped me, yes, on a 15-second chart to manage my remaining short contract. So you can see here, the market was falling, but it was starting to kind of slow its pace. It came back to this price low right here. So you might think, that's a time to get out. And that wouldn't have been a wrong move, but I was trying to ride this down move as much as possible. So what gave me the confidence to do that was a candlestick pattern that emerged among these here. And I teach this in my Gann candlestick system, and I teach how to use candlesticks as their own little areas of support and resistance with more twists and techniques in them. And I applied this, and it helped me have the confidence to stay short in the trade. And look at what unfolded. Market kept falling from there. So my second contract, I'm still short, right? You don't see a second line yet. And finally, I got out on this rebound. So that allowed me to take advantage of the bulk of this down move, because it's not about selling at this peak and buying at this low. It's about catching a chunk in between. All right, then I think I had a couple more trades. So here I went short, again, noticing that the bears were in charge. And here I also got, in addition to a return to a key resistance area, I got an advanced RSI power zone setup here, which you'd think, oh, advanced setups only happen on higher time frames. No, they happen on lower time frames too. So I went short. That gave me the confidence to stay with that second contract for a little bit longer, but then the market started recovering, and I anticipated that we were getting to a situation where we might have some sideways action, and that's exactly what unfolded. So I waited through all of this, and then I tried to go long again, because in the bigger picture trend, it was up, and so I was looking for an opportunity to go higher. And I got out the first contract, but then it just kept going sideways. So I got out on the return back here, okay? And that was it. I was done for the day. It was 10:19 a.m. and I had $700 plus, and that's about 3/4 of the way to my daily goal of $1,000 in the first hour of trading, because it's not about trading all day to make $1,000. I want to get it done in an hour. Now that hour, yes, is an hour of trading, but there is preparation and other steps that go into it. But there you have it. Full application of my whole trifecta, right? The price action with the candlesticks. Again, I'm doing some special sessions on Gann candlesticks this month, so join me in there. I'm going to actually share applications that aren't even in the course that I'm going to be adding in new. I'm also going to have a special session showing you how I'm doing this in live trading, just like what you see here. And I still incorporate my RSI power zones, my forecasting techniques, and everything else. All right, if you found value in this video, please give it a like, drop a comment down below to let me know what more you'd like to see. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I'll catch you soon.